of our series that we're doing on breaking free from tension with chakra alignment. Okay, so for our session 5, the chakra that we're going to be focused on is the throat chakra. Now, for this power center, I could simply tell you that literally and figuratively speaking, that death in life lies in your throat chakra. And we could be done. That could be it. End of session. End. We're finished. Okay. But I'm not going to do that because there's so many layers to this chakra. There's so many reasons why many of us have we don't understand the power, either because we've never been taught the power that lies in our throat chakra, or because it's hard for us to believe that we're walking around here on this physical plane carrying that much power. Okay. So I'm going to talk about a few things and I'm going through my notes here. So follow along. Now, the first thing that I want to say is this. When you embrace your identity as spirit, when you embrace your identity as a cosmic being, first, when you do that first, and that takes some rewiring because we're not taught to view ourselves as cosmic. We're not taught to view ourselves as spirit. We're taught to view ourselves as just this physical mass walking around on earth. Almost some of us been programmed to walk around like robots. Okay? So we're not taught to view ourselves as spirit at all. So that's the first thing. When you come into that consciousness, okay, of the truth of you, when you start to embrace and that acceptance, when you start to embrace that and you start to accept who you are as spirit and who you are as a cosmic being, it opens you up to the realization of the realness of vibration and energy. And I want you to, as we go through this session, I want you to remember those words, vibration and energy. All right. So let's keep it moving. So energy and vibration has nothing to do with what you believe. I'm going to repeat that. Energy and vibration has nothing to do with what you believe. And the reason why I say that is because with what you believe, when you say, well, I believe, that's coming from your mind, your natural mind. That's coming from the thinking surface level of your mind. All right. But when we start to talk about the power of your throat chakra, when we start to talk about energy and vibration, that goes beyond what you believe. It surpasses belief because now you're moving into what you know beyond the thinking level of your mind. Okay? So let me give you an example. I can give you a very real, near example. When I say near, I'm not talking about something that happened 2 years ago. I'm talking about a situation that I was in just this year. It was in a situation earlier this year that brought so many tears and frustrations. Okay. Yet, I knew the vision that I was shown. I knew and was starting to understand my assignment here on earth, my purposes that I came here to step into. And I kept speaking that over and over and over and over again. I'm not talking about making just vain repetitions or affirmations over and over again. Because when we talk about the throat chakra, that goes even beyond a simple affirmation. Okay. So I kept speaking that vision, and I literally saw my external start to take form and start to take shape based on the words that I spoke. Regardless of what I believed, regardless of tears, because I was using the power of my throat chakra, I had activated that power energy center that is right here that we all have. Okay. So let's keep going. Let's talk about the tension that is in our throat chakra that many of us carry. Some of us carry it and we don't even know it. So let me start here before I get ahead of myself. Some of us have carried tension in our throat chakra because we don't feel free. All right. Or perhaps you don't feel the freedom as though you have the liberty to speak what is true for you. And I'm going to say this might be triggering for some of you, but when you are in a situation or you're in community, and community could be friends, community could be your family, community could be people that you're close to. I'll put it that way. And if you're in that community and you are made to feel like you cannot voice your opinion, you cannot voice your desires, you cannot voice what is true for you, then you're in the wrong community. You are talking to the wrong people. It is just that simple. You're talking to the wrong people. All right? So let's keep going. Some of you have a history of not speaking up for yourself because of how you grew up. Now, I know that you'll hear a lot of people say, especially within the last couple of months, and I really don't know what this is about. It doesn't really matter. But you'll hear a lot of people say, well, no, you don't need to go back to look into your childhood to see how that has influenced how you live today. And I'm going to disagree with that. No, you don't have to get lost in it. You don't have to replay every single little thing, but there needs to be a review of what you experienced so that you can see how it has played out in your life up to this moment. So let me go back to what I was saying. Some of you have a history of not speaking up for yourself because of how you grew up. And you have carried that operating system into your adulthood, and you may not even be aware of it. All right. So let me give you an example. I'm going to use my life again. Let me give you an example. So I grew up not feeling at all free to ask questions, free to be opinionated, free to disagree. Now, part of that as a child was because I grew up in a religion that was full of dogma, doctrine, and just fueled by religion. It was very unhealthy. And so the religion that I grew up in was you don't ask questions. You take things, if someone tells you to, you take it at face value. You don't question it. You don't research anything on your own because that was it. And the adults, because they were programmed, they handed that down to their children. So I grew up like that. But here's the thing. As I matured, as I grew into my adulthood, as I left religion, found spirit, okay, got reconnected with who I am as a cosmic being, I accepted that I have a lot to say. I have much to say. and that my voice is powerful, that my frequency is powerful. Okay. So as I allowed my thoughts and opinions to be known, I noticed that even in that, I was not projecting my own voice. Okay. I was not projecting my own voice. So I was talking, but I noticed that my voice was a little soft. And if you've heard me talk, you know I don't talk soft. Okay. I don't have a loud voice, but I don't talk soft. All right. I was not speaking loud. I was speaking soft because I still wasn't sure. All right. So again, while I was allowing myself to be heard, my tone was still very apprehensive. That is a sign of tension in your throat chakra. And that only came into that realization when, as I started to meditate and really start to go within to tap into my spiritual bag. Okay. So that's an example. That's how you know if you are carrying tension in your throat chakra, where you may have, if you're speaking, here's another example, and this could be just an everyday conversation, and you're speaking to someone, they say something that you may not agree with, and then you have an opinion, but then something holds you back. Oh, I better not say that. I better not say that. That is tension that you're carrying in your throat chakra. Why not? Thank you. Hey, I see everybody here. Tamu, thank you. I see you guys. Hi. I get so caught up in my session that I forget to look at the chat. So thank you all for being here. So let's keep moving. All right. Now, here's what I want to say. Let's touch on what happens when we speak. Every single time you say something about yourself, and I mean every time, I don't care if you're serious, I don't care if you're joking. Every time you say something about yourself, guess what you just did? You've casted a spell on yourself. You've casted a spell on yourself. So imagine that every time you say words, every time you speak, imagine your words are like soldiers. They're soldiers marching out into the world to go and accomplish exactly what you've just said. That is how powerful your words are. That is the whole purpose of this session. Your words are activating, they are elevating, they are transformative. Your words are healing. Your words create, Your words create. All right. So I can't say that enough. Now, the alignment comes in. Here's what you can do. All right. The next time you speak, I want you to pay attention to your tone. So earlier at the top of the session, I gave you two words, energy and frequency. The next time you speak, I want you to pay attention to your tone. Be conscious of your voice frequency. Are you speaking with surety? Are you speaking with confidence? Are you speaking with truth? If not, why? If not, why? When you ask that question, it's not to judge yourself. It's just to ask, why? Why am I not speaking with surety? And this is not about being loud. You know what I'm saying? So I hope I've made that clear. It's just being sure about your words because you know your words carry creation. Let me tell you this. If you have ever looked at the thorax, an aerial view, is it the aerial view where you're looking down? If you ever compare that view of your throat with the same view of a uterus, with the same view, it is miraculously similar. Do you think that's just because? No. We carry women, the divine feminine. We carry the womb, our divine wombs to bring souls into this earth. Okay? That's creation. We have the same power in our voice, our throat chakras, the power energy center of creation. Okay? So, let me get back to this. So, next time you speak, pay attention to your tone. Be conscious of your voice frequency. Are you speaking with confidence? Are you speaking with truth? Are you speaking with sureness? Say, and here's another thing that you can do. If you're not used to saying out loud what you desire in your life, I don't care how big it is. I don't care how crazy to your logical mind that how you want to live sounds. Say that out loud. Say it out loud. And I want you to notice when you speak your desire out loud, notice what happens in your body as you say what you want. When I am really focused on something or some things, many times what I will do is while I'm speaking, I feel that vibration. It's just part of what I do. I feel that vibration because I want to be intentional and I want to really be conscious of my words. I will feel that vibration, that my own tone and my own energy and my own frequency. That is one way where you can notice and really pay attention to what's happening in your body as you say what you want. All right. So, for example, let me just give you an example. If I use money as examples all the time. Okay, if you've been around here, I love using money as examples because it's something we can all understand. If your goal, if your desire is to, let's say you're an artist, let's say you're a painter, and let's say you make life-size paintings, and you want a part of your wealth and how you earn your money to come through your selling of your life-size paintings, you can word that, you can speak that, and while you're speaking that, put your hand on your body, put your hand on your chest, put your hand on, just as long as you're touching your body while you're saying that, so that you can feel what you're saying, so that you can feel your own tone and your own energy and your vibration that you are spelling out into the cosmos. All right. So now, during this series, I always have a color, a food, and a command that is associated with each chakra. So the color that's associated with the throat chakra is blue. Again, I'm going to always bring up the example of a candle because I use candles. All right. If you don't have a blue candle, find something blue. Get something blue. It can be a blue stone. All right. Anything blue. Don't make it difficult. Make this simple because it is. Remember, whatever you pick up that's blue, that is just a tool. All right. It is a symbol. It will help you focus when you're in your time of meditation and you are focused on activating your throat chakra. All right. So let's talk about the food that you can eat that will keep your throat chakra activated and at optimal level. Strawberries, garlic, cucumber, cayenne pepper, and I think that I missed one. I can't remember what it is. But strawberry, garlic, cucumber, and cayenne pepper. All right. Now, before we go, let me leave you with commands. First command is this: I now walk in the fullness of who I am as a creator. I now own that my words are healing and positively transformational. I now expect that when I speak, I receive the fullness of the manifestation of my words. Would you like for me to read those to you again? I want to read them again because they felt good. Okay. I now walk in the fullness of who I am as a creator. I now own that my words are healing and positively transformational. I now expect that when I speak, I receive the full manifestation of my words. And there you have it. All right. So I want to thank you all for being here. I see some of you putting the commands in the chat. Writing, speaking. Writing, I often write too. That is good for scripting. Scripting is very powerful because, and Tamu, thank you for putting that in the chat because you just made me think of something. When you write, your writing is also just as powerful as you speaking. Your words are still just as powerful. So remember that. Okay. So don't forget, if you haven't started with session 1, start with session 1, bring yourself up to session 5, and get ready for the next session, session 6, where we will start to uncover and unlock and cleanse out the next chakra. Okay, so thank you all for being here, and until next time.